Luca here with Fitness Quest 10, and today we're going to work on flexibility for your kids. Here's some things that you can do and your kids can do to improve their flexibility. All summer long we got hundreds of kids coming in here, and this is what we do to work on their strength and flexibility. So first we're going to start. I'm going to have one of our great interns, Mike, here. I want you to go and straighten out your leg. Now with the kids, what we notice, we get a lot of tight calves because they're growing. So you'll take a towel, go and put it around the middle of your foot. Now he's going to pull that towards him. So anytime you're stretching, you never want to force a stretch. If you're forcing a stretch too hard, it's going to take away because they're going to resist it, and your muscles are designed to not break themselves. So he's going to come here just like this. Are you feeling that right up in here? Yep. So he's going to pull that towards. Breathe. You want to hold these for about 20 seconds. Now there's a lot of different ways and more complex ways to stretch, but if we can just start doing this, hold it for 20 to 30 seconds, we're in business. You do it once on one leg, and you go to the other foot. Now you can go back and forth depending on how much time you have. Obviously the more times we do it, the better results we're going to get. So we get that calf. Like I said, when this gets tight, we start to get heel pain and Achilles pain, which is really common with kids. Alright, now let's go and put the towel down. Now your kids can do that on their own. Now, let's go and lie back. Sometimes we want to know, you can just right here then lie all the way back. Sometimes we want to help them out. So with tight hamstrings, which is also something that happens a lot, especially in young boys. Boys, when they hit age 12, turn into just crowbar. They don't bend whatsoever. So what I'm going to do here is to help him out, and you can do this with your kids after sports or sometimes before they go to bed or they get up in the morning. I'm going to have him raise his leg, go and relax it. I'm just going to use my body weight. I'm going to put my hand over the middle of his foot. I'm going to come up, and I'm going to slowly lean my body towards him. Now, again, never force this. You never want to force a stretch. Because once you force it, they start resisting it, and then there's trouble. So I'm leaning forward. Notice how this leg stays down, that toe stays up. I'm going to lean. Go ahead and tell me when. Right there. It should be about a 7 out of 10 on a pain scale. Don't feel like it has to be something where you're wrestling with your kid to try to make it work. It doesn't work like that. And what I can do, too, is I can add a little spiral to it to actually get a little bit more flexibility. There's a lot more advanced. We can do PNF stretching. There's all kinds of things we do. But if you can just start with this, getting some mobility there, about 20 seconds. I'm adding a little spiral, just like that. So that's going to be the hamstrings, and they're going to feel this in their calves again. So again, getting those calves, getting the back of the legs just to loosen up a little bit so they're not so tight. When we get that tightness, we get a lot of growing pains. Now, I'm going to bring his leg across here. Let's go and bring this leg up. So I'm bringing one leg up. I'm going to cross one across. I'm going to put this foot on the inside of my leg. So I'm standing here like this. He's in a little figure four. This is one of my MMA bouts. It's an MMA move. Now I'm going to try to keep his tailbone down on the ground. Because if I go like this, I can just not really stretch it. Tailbone's down on the ground, and all I'm going to do is I'm going to pull. Feel that? All I'm doing is use my body weight. He's braced against here. I'm pulling. This is going to stretch the hip, a lot of the hip muscles, the glute, the butt. All these hip muscles in young kids get so tight, and that's why they start to get back problems and hamstring problems and all the things that keep them on the sideline, keep them off the field. So you feeling that? Yep. Now to get more out of it, he can take it, reach it up above his head. Now I'm really stretching out everything up the side of the body. I can push with this leg, pull with this arm. How am I doing? Good. To make it more intense. So I'm pushing with this leg, pull with this arm. Breathe for me. Now what your kids are going to do is they're going to hold their breath, make the faces. You don't want them to do that. Tell them to breathe. Tell them to relax. Now from this position, watch what I'm going to do. All I'm going to do is walk him over, put him down on the ground. Notice how he stays in that position, just like that. I'm going to chalk his foot, just like that. Notice how his knee's still bent up. I got his foot chalked. I'm going to bring this up. And I'm going to even, to make it easier on me because I'm lazy, I'm going to come up, pull this towards me. You feeling that? Yeah. This is going to get a different line right up through the back here. I want you to take this hand, reach it up above again. Reach, 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 reach. Again, if your kids get tight backs, if they're a softball pitcher, volleyball player, a lot of them always complain about tight backs. This is something that can help them out. If your child constantly complains about pain, I want to take them in to see a physical therapist. I want to take him in to see a doctor, but for just basic everyday stuff, we can work on flexibility just like this, open up the side of his body. Now, last one right here, hamstrings. I want you to, this is called a downward dog, so it's going to all fours. Now the important part about this stretch is you want to make sure that they're able to do the right thing with their lower back. So he's going to arc it and then he's going to pike it up. So bring it up, called cats and cows. Notice how his back stays flat. There's two things I can do here to help with the stretch. I can come here and push down like that. You feel that stretch, Mike?
Yeah.
You're going to feel the stretch right up here. Now watch their legs, watch their knees. You don't want this to be painful, but you want it to be challenging. I'm using my body weight here. And then another way I can do it is to chalk his feet here like this. And very carefully and slowly, we're not trying to kill him. Grab here and pull back slightly. Feel that?
Yep.
So again, he's going to feel that on his hamstrings, calves. I'm just using my body weight to lean back. Again, holding it for about 20 seconds. Good. Come on down. Nice. So those are just some basic things to take care of the everyday tightness that your kids have. The best time to stretch like that would be after they're done with physical activity. It's not going to kill you if you do it before physical activity, but the best time is going to be right after physical activity. So if you have any questions, you can email me at brett@fitnessquest10.com, or you can check out our website or our YouTube, www.fitnessquest10.com. Hope you have a great day. Try some of this stuff at home. Let's get our kids to someday become happy, healthy, pain-free adults. See you later.